Hi everybody, this is a video record of our visit to Wicken Fen, run by the National Trust. It's a lovely day out there, and we had a long day there, hence the long video. We saw quite a lot. When we got there, it was pretty overcast. It felt quite cold actually, and we thought, well, we probably won't see very much in the way of insect life. There's you and the bull, but as we made our way round the boardwalk, the sun came out, and it got very hot actually, and with the sun came the insects. First of all, there was this emerald damselfly. We first thought it was a willow emerald, but it isn't. Still beautiful anyway. There were lots of darters about, common darters, looking very tired and coming to the end of their lives, although they will fly until November if it keeps warm enough. And then we saw this little beauty of a beetle. It doesn't have a common name. And here we have the common darter there, just basking in the sun. That was a male, and this is a female. A lot of work has gone on cutting the reed beds. We came across these water beetles. There are about 30 different types of this type of beetle. But then, all of a sudden, we came across common lizards. And they'd come out with the sun to warm up in the sun. What we did notice, that a lot of them were very dark as they were basking on the boardwalk. There's Jan taking some photos of them. And this one had obviously lost its tail. It's called autotomy. They can eject a tail, a self-amputation of the tail, but it comes at quite a cost to them because they store their reserves in their tail, and it also aids in their balance and speed. There is a longer version of this on our channel. You might be interested. I talk about it a little bit more detail of what it actually entails. This was one of the greener lizards that we saw. They were all common lizards. Did notice that a few of them were gravid. And then we came across this little rove beetle. Again, it doesn't have a common name, but I don't know if you know, but there are nearly 1,000 different types of rove beetle. But still a lovely looking beetle anyway. And then we had a walk down the Wicken Lode. We were hoping to get to the tower hide, but once the boardwalk finished, I'm afraid my mobility scooter couldn't cope with it, so we had to turn back. But it now turned into a beautiful morning, quite a hot morning actually. And along this particular part of the Wicken Lode, there is a lot of flower beds, wildflower beds, and the bumblebees were loving it. They were out, lots of different types of them. And, lots of small white butterflies, and also some brimstones, but we couldn't manage to catch any of them. We came across this parasitic wasp that seemed to be just wallowing in the pollen in this hawksbill, and then we noticed another little pollinator going along round the other way. So we made our way back to the visitor centre, this Guelder Rose, one of the viburnum family. We were quite glad to get in the shade at this time because it had been quite hot. There were lots of different hoverflies about, and again we've got longer videos of them. We came across this speckled wood on the boardwalk. Didn't stay there for very long though. There's the Wicken Lode again. We went back to the visitor centre and View to have our lunch, and we came across fungus and this wonderful willow arch. And then we noticed this, what we thought was a ladybird or a harlequin ladybird in the fungus, but it isn't. It is actually a beetle that feeds on the fungus. But we couldn't manage to tempt it out, and it stayed pretty hidden. And after our lunch we went for a walk down the other side of the Wicken Lode. Lots of spiders along here, and hoverflies again, and you'll see them in longer videos on our channel. And we came across this 4-spotted orb web spider. I think obviously it was making a meal of a damselfly of some sort. Quite a beautiful spider. Again, there's a fuller video of this on our channel. Then we watched a honeybee hive for a while. Fascinating to watch them coming in, but they were looking very tired and I guess towards the end of their season. We came across this beautiful drinker moth caterpillar. Wicken Lode there. Jan looking over down into it from the bridge, hoping to spot a pike or something. Then we went round quite a detour. We had to go in the car. It's about 10 miles. That's a forest shield bug to the Baker's Fen and the beautiful new hide they've got there. Last year we saw some wonderful sightings there, including a peregrine on the ground. There were some conic ponies, so important in the conservation of these reserves. Marsh harrier, who we thought was going to actually fly into the hide. He came so close, but we were so slow getting our cameras up that we just got it going away from us. As usual, a red shank. There were quite a few birds on there, but we needed a telescope. We didn't have one that day, so we didn't identify all of them. And this kestrel, which actually came and landed on the top of the hide for a while, and then flew off to this post. An unusual sight, a marsh harrier on the ground, nearly exactly the same place as where we saw the peregrine last year. We spent a lot of time on the ground, and there was this lone whooper swan, whether it had overwintered here or was perhaps one of the first to come back from Iceland. And we found ourselves at one stage in the middle of a house martin invasion. They were obviously a migrating flock passing through. And then this wonderful sighting of a barn owl. It was one of 3 that we saw around by Baker's Fen. Only this one we managed to capture, or Jan managed to capture on video. Always makes our day. And then this very moving sight of a skein of grey lag going over. And it was a wonderful sunset there. And we had a truly brilliant day, finishing with these lovely twilight pictures of the fen and surrounding area. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again soon, and bye for now.